Can anybody see me now? What a pain. Never seems to always happen on. Just waiting till I see somebody pop up. If there's anybody going to pop up, I doubt it. See ya. Okay, well, I don't know what happened this time. I really don't. It was working on my end as far as I could tell. I could see your comments. Okay, well, hello everybody. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Man Cave. I guess we're working now. I don't know what happened. I really don't. I do have a special program for you, and that's pretty much the reason why it happened, because I have kind of a special program today. I was hoping you'd really enjoy it. We're going to start off with just a regular video of me working on the sawmill, and then we'll get into something a little bit different. So hope you enjoy it. Take a look at the sawmill video here. Well, I've been working hard at it this morning. I didn't film a lot of it yet. I didn't film any of it yet. That's gotten loose. I just put the big belt on there, and I knew it would get loose. So before I start cutting quality lumber out of this, I'm going to tighten this back down some more. But I've got everything working well. In fact, this new belt with that new pulley, this thing, I'm convinced it'll cut almost anything now. It cuts through this, you know, with relative ease. I mean, it's not easy because you're cutting oak. But for my expectations, it more than meets my expectations, more than meets it. So I've taken 2 cuts off of here this morning already. One was just a real thin slab cut, and that's over there in pieces. It came out in pieces. Then I cut a 1-inch piece, which broke. That's these 2 pieces here. It broke in the middle because, again, it was kind of rotted there in the middle there. And, you know, around the bark edge. And that was still like the bark edge. And then this one, I cut a 1-inch board. And the middle of this is real good. These outer edges are a little bit weak. But we pretty much got the outer edges off now. There's a tiny bit left on this one. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this one at 1.5 inches. Before I cut it, though, I'm going to go ahead and tighten that belt, because I knew that was going to happen. Okay, she's tensioned up pretty tight.
I was a roamer, a legend on sea. Tell the good dogs love made a new man out of me.
Well, that went real good. It didn't go quite as good as the previous 2 cuts. It did slow down a couple of times. It only, according to this, since I turned the camera on for that, it was only 4 minutes and 15 seconds right now. So, you know, a little less than a 4-minute cut probably, something like that. But anyway, that's not too bad compared to a 15-minute cut that I had yesterday. I'll take that on a board that big and heavy. Well, I got that one stood up by myself. I got 3 good ones stood up there now, I think it is. Yeah, there's 3 of them. These other 2 are bark edges. But anyway, 3 good boards. It takes a minimum of 5 to get across the trailer. I should easily get, you know, 2 more, 3 more out of that. So I'm going to have plenty, I think. I'm going to cut more than I need because they could warp or something, but anyway, it's working. I checked Grok. Grok said they should weigh 101 pounds, and I first doubted that, but then I got to thinking, you know, 100-pound board, when's the last time you picked up a 100-pound board? And I guess that makes sense. It's probably about 100 and Grok said 101 pounds with the dimensions I gave it. I picked it up this morning and I thought, well, I can pick it up, so it probably doesn't weigh much over 100, but I can barely pick it up. I mean, it's so awkward. I think the awkwardness is what makes it feel like it's even heavier. And the heat and the humidity here. Well, let's get another cut going.
Life had no meaning, it was all incomplete till the good woman's love put me back on my feet. Instead of
I would say I'm cutting about an inch every 5 seconds or something like that, maybe 10 seconds. It's not going real fast, but that's some difficult wood to cut. I don't know if it's worth showing this, picking this thing up. I don't know if I can. One today, and I don't know if I got any more in me or not. I guarantee you it's every bit of the 100. Guarantee you that. The 50-pound feed sack ain't nothing, and this is something. That's all I can tell you about that. Oh my gosh. Whew. I tell you, if it only weighs 100, I'm disappointed in myself, because this is heavy. Oh my gosh. £100. I don't know. It's a very, very heavy 100 pounds if it's only 100. That's all I can tell you. So I put a hook up there. I had to go get a ladder. I drilled a hole, put a hook up there, got my come along hooked up there. Of course, the come along decided it didn't want to work. I had to work on that. And we're going to see if I can lift it with that. I'm sure I can. It's just how awkward is it going to be is the only question.
I go home in the evening and she's waiting there, and I know that no matter what happens, she'll always care. And when the night
Oh, now if I can get that to release. Whew. It was easy. Piece of cake, nothing to it. Anybody could do it, no problem. at all. Here we go again.
And the moon shines above. I'm a man with a dream and a good woman's love.
Well, I cut at least one more since I turned the camera off. I can't remember exactly. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 good boards, and then these other 2 are slabs. That's 6, and I can easily get 1 more out of there and maybe 2 more out of there yet. So I'll have more than enough. That did make it easier. Standing them up, that's for sure, but if you were here and you had to do that, you'd probably still think that was really hard, and it wasn't easy. It just was easier. Oh my gosh, it was tough. Well, I might as well show you one more new toy that came in. I haven't had time to mess with these yet, but I'm going to, hopefully by this weekend. Well, let's see here. Let me get all the mess out of the way first. This is a hoopar. It came with a bunch of stickers. I thought these were kind of cute. It says, "Serious injury or death may result if you touch my hoopar. Don't touch my hoopar box. Keep your hands off my hoopar." So what is a hoopar? Well, it's pretty cool. It's another laser level that I've received, and I'll be honest, this is the 3rd one I've received, but I like this one the best so far. This one is really flippin' awesome. Now, what's different about this one is it has an external battery, which I'm not 100% sure that that's better, but I like it, and it's nice. As far as how it works, I mean, it's just like the rest of them. You turn that on, and you can see the laser lights are going everywhere. And they're across this box, you can see they go up on the ceiling. You can barely see it with the light there, but you can see it, I think. And what I'm thinking about trying out is see if I can make this work with my sawmill where the saw blade cuts, especially on the first cut of a log where you're trying to just get a level cut across there. I think this thing will be really awesome for something like that. Plus, I've got other projects in mind, but I really want to say thanks to the hoopar folks. This is really a nice laser. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. That's about all I got in me today. Yeah, 110. I don't know, I'm slacking. I figured if Wavy Gravy and David could throw all that out there, I might as well throw some out there too. Anyway, you have to put your boots on to watch these vlogs. I thought I was doing good just doing 10. Anyway, I told you it's going to be a little bit of a special thing today, and it is for me for sure. I got my grandpa's old fiddle here. It's nothing real special, except special to me. It's not a high dollar fiddle by any stretch. But I also have something a bit more special than that. Take a look at this. That is my great-grandfather Clyde on the left playing the fiddle. And that is my grandfather Arnold Sconce, who I wrote the song about, playing my electric guitar that I had when I was just a kid. And in just a moment, if I can stop it, I will. I'm going to stop it on me dancing through the video here. That might have been me too, but in a second you'll see me. I'll stop it on me going through the video here. That's somebody else. And that's me. Back in the 1960s. It's yeah. I always wanted to be on stage, you know how it is. There it is. With my tongue out. But anyway, that's my two grandfathers, great-grandfather, Clyde Sconce, and my grandfather, Arnold Sconce. I got to know all of my great-grandparents except, well, let's see, I guess except two of them. My paternal great-grandfather, I didn't know. He was Levi Rosa. I never met him. And but I do have a video of my great-grandmother that he was married to, and I can't think of her first name. I can't remember. But anyway, and then I don't think I met my great-grandpa Simpson. I met my great-grandma Simpson. Though I was telling you about that yesterday, that I'm related to all the Simpsons down in Imnitz. And that song that I sang yesterday was written by a Simpson from down in Imnitz. So I'm pretty sure it was a relative of some sort. But this old fiddle here, I can't play a fiddle, but I haven't even tuned it or picked it up in, well, the last fiddle I even messed with was, and Eddie might be able to tell you, was one of the fiddles I set up for, I think for Smiley Face Fiddle Girl. I had one of her fiddles in, however long ago that was, 6 months at least. I think it's more like 8 or 10 months ago. I can't play one. That's why I give up. I just give up on them. But this is a pretty decent sounding fiddle whenever it's played by somebody who knows how to play it. But it wasn't, in my opinion, it had a real scratchy sound, and I took it apart and recarved it. Even though it was my grandfather's, I decided to improve it, and I think it's improved for sure, but it's just, I still can't play it. I am going to play you Grandpa's old fiddle, though, but I'll have to play it on the mandolin because I just can't get across the fiddle. An old battered case, weathered and worn, with the hinges all rusted and the fabric all torn, but still cradled inside one old precious thing. It was Grandpa's old fiddle. Oh, how sweetly it rang. Grandpa's old fiddle played sweet melodies, and he played it from his heart for my grandma and me. Wrinkled old hands, he held it with love, and I can still hear it playing up in heaven above. He was the most honest man that I ever have seen, and his time on this old earth was most precious to me. He lived on the Current River at the mouth of Blue Springs, and at night the hills echoed as his old fiddle would ring. Grandpa's old fiddle played sweet melody, and he played it from his heart for my grandma and me. Wrinkled old hands, he held it with love, and I can still hear it playing up in heaven above. Now here's the line that came from that little video clip you just saw. Just a boy at the time, I remember one day when Grandpa and the old fiddle some old tunes he did play. Well, now Grandpa, he has left us for heaven above, but he left me that old fiddle, and now I play it with love. Grandpa's old fiddle played sweet melodies, and he played it from his heart for my grandma and me. Wrinkled old hands, he held it with love, and I can still hear it playing up in heaven above. That old fiddle still ringing up in heaven above. And the truth is, I didn't know about that clip when I wrote that song, but I remembered that specific day. That was the day I was talking about in the song, was where I remember him playing the fiddle. And that's really one of the only times in my life I ever remember him playing it. He never played music, except that one time. It was like a picnic we were having at our house, and a whole bunch of relatives were there. I've got clips of the whole picnic and everything, but anyway, that's where the line came from, is from that memory. I saw on there somebody requested that I go ahead and sing the song that was on the video today. Now, that song that was on the video today is not the song I thought it was. When it started playing, I went, that's not the song I picked out. Must be fate. I don't know. It's just not easy being me. That's all I can tell you. So I'll go ahead and sing that song. I got this, my version of it, I got it from Tony Rice. So I sing it similar to the way he sang the song. Other people have done it. I was a roamer on land and on sea, till the good woman's love made a new man out of me. Life had no meaning, it was all incomplete, till a good woman's love put me back on my feet. Instead of roaming, I go home in the evening, and she's waiting there. And I know that no matter what happens, she'll always care. And when the night falls and the moon shines above, I'm a man with a dream and a good woman's love. I go home in the evening, and
and she's waiting there. And I know that no matter what happens, she'll always care. And when the night falls and the moon shines above, I'm a man with a dream and a good woman's love.
There you have it. That was not the song that I picked out, though, or at least I thought I was picking out, that was going to play in the video. I don't know. It's just not easy being me. Let's go to the comments. Sorry about all the confusion on starting this thing, but I saw 2 different comments from 2 different people that sound like it was not working, so I even put a chat out there, and I didn't see any replies other than negative chats, so I just said, well, I guess I have to start it over, and sound like it was working for most people, so I apologize. Stuff just happens, and it just is the way it is. Bruce Ducker says, see ya, and that's after we got this one going. All right, I'm going to pass up most of this because I think most of this is going to be about that. Joe Cool says, good afternoon. May your heart stay light and your mind stay calm. And we're still talking about the video. So let me slide down here a little further. Let's see. Well, a couple cool. Let's see. Still, we're talking about the video. Wavy Gravy says it's nothing that a little hide glue couldn't fix. Yeah. Oh, maybe a whole lot of hide glue. Michael 2X, that song playing is fire. Thank you. Bruce Ducker, 100 pounds total or linear foot, I guess. And I answered it's per the 13-foot long board. It's supposed to be 100 pounds. That's what Grok says. I didn't weigh it. I was going to do that. I actually got my scale, but when I picked up the scale only went to 100 pounds. And I thought, well, I'll either bottom the scale out or, so I just decided to skip the scale thing. I just asked Grok what it should weigh, and it said it should weigh 101 pounds is what it said. Paul Linear, but I'll bet it weighs every bit of that 101 pounds. Yeah, it's very heavy. It's so awkward, too. You can't, like when you pick up one end, you can't get the other end to move like you can with, say, a 2x4 or even a 2x10 or something. You can pick it up and drag it around, You can't get the other end to move, and that's what I think makes it so hard, because there's 50 pounds hanging down on that other end, and it ain't going to get off the ground, Paul Lanier says, Jerry, watching your sawmill works reminds me of summer of 78 as a hand on a big farm, and my job was tailing the saw. It was a 671 Detroit powered circular and other tasks, I guess is what he means there. Yeah, well, it ain't no easy job working on a sawmill, I can tell you that. I can tell you that firsthand. Especially a manual sawmill like I'm working. Bill Mumbo, I like that song, Jerry. Well, thank you. Wavy Gravy, many years ago, my wife and I were told we couldn't have children by our landlord. We showed him. Let's see. Patrick Byron, you are fine. Well, let's see. Don Nice. Jerry, that was a good song. Could you do it for it today? Well, that's what I did there, so we got that one covered. Andrew says, I'm going to get a hernia just watching these boards. Trust me, that was heavy. It really was heavy. Paul Lanier, sawmill life is not easy in hot Louisiana summer. Shift was lunchtime till 10 at night. Tough on any strong man. Yeah, I'd believe it. It's not simple. Now, cutting that cedar that I was cutting for the water wheel house, that's almost fun. I mean, it's not bad. And now that I've got the saw tweaked even more, because with that new heavy clutch and that new heavy belt, see, that belt is a 5/8 belt that I put on there today. The previous belt was only a 1/2-inch belt. Well, that extra width and filling out those pulleys really gives it a lot more strength, and it just cut through it pretty good. So I kind of can't wait to cut some more cedar, because it ought to buzz through that cedar now. It really ought to cut it easy now. David Thorpe says, Jerry, just face the facts. It's not easy being you. Been there. Brian Biscup says, hello from Elgin, Illinois. Wavy gravy, Jerry. Weren't you also the poster child for juvenile delinquency back in the day? Oh, no, that was me. Well, I probably had my share of that. I found a very early video of me as a very small child driving a giant tractor. I'll have to get that out and show you that too. When I was looking for that fiddle clip today, that's when I found that other clip. And it's one of the first wide lawn tractors. Really one of the very first from the early 60s. And I think it cut probably 7 foot wide or 8 foot wide, something like that. It's got 2 wings that go out, and they're reel mowers. They're reels, and then there's a reel in the back. So there's 3 reel mowers cutting the lawn, and those arms would float up and down for the contour, And that's what Dad used for years, was those reel mowers. And so anyways, there's a video clip that I found today where I'm driving one of those out in our big front yard. It was not an easy thing to drive. There was no power steering. It was a big old heavy machine, and I was just a little kid. Bill Mumbo, when you started the concerts again, get Tony to play my fiddle. Yeah, that's an idea. Might have him play that. If he could play one song on it or something. Most fiddle players don't like to play somebody else's fiddle because they're always set up slightly different. And in other words, if the bridge isn't cut exactly with the same angles and things, it's tough to play a fiddle that's set up by somebody else. It really is. You have to get used to them. But I'll see if he'll play, one tune or something on it the next time we get together. We're going to try to start those back up in October, I think. Dottie says, beautiful song, some good chirping. Well, thank you. Let's see. It scrolled on me there. Dottie says, I heard the first and picture. Okay. Ronald Todd, just to let you know, Jerry, on my end, the vlog has cut out for the last 3 days, and I have to restart. I thought it was to do with commercial interruptions. Got me. I don't know. Cup Cool. I'll bet if old Grok could actually pick it up, it would weigh 150 pounds or more. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Like those other slabs, those are heavy. They're not light slabs. Like that pine one that I picked up with one hand, it's not light. It's not, feather light or anything. It's like a heavy board. But these other boards, 2 hands, all you can do, you can't pick them up. I mean, you can get it off the ground, but only for a few seconds, and it's real awkward because it's top heavy. It ain't easy, trust me. I don't know what they weigh, but they weigh a lot. I know they weigh every bit of the 100 pounds Grok's saying. Bill Mumbo says, thumbs up, folks. Yeah, if you would, please, even with all the confusion. Michael 2X, I wonder if a tensioner on the Sawmill belt would help. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's not much room for it because the blade's right there, and it's just awkward. It seems to be working okay. That's a brand new belt, so they stretch a little bit right at the beginning especially. I'll probably have to tighten it 1 or 2 more times, and then it'll probably be fine after that. But the difference of the belt is the fact that it's a much bigger belt. It's just much wider. You wouldn't think there'd be much difference between a 1/2 inch and a 5/8 belt, but when you look at them side by side, they look significantly different. The 5/8 is a lot beefier, so that's going to, I think, just give it a lot more strength and a lot more power. Bruce Ducker, sharpening a reel mower isn't fun. No, we had a special made sharpener for it. Especially a manual one. Dad refused to get current. Yeah, my dad had some kind of a machine. I can't remember now what it looked like exactly. It burned up in one of our barn fires. We had 2 fires on 2 Mondays in a row. One of them burned up like 7 trucks that we had, and another one burned up most of the lawn equipment. We think it was arson, but fortunately, back then, Dad, we lived in the middle of all those rich people. And I mean, it would be just akin to like if you lived in Beverly Hills. I mean, like in the middle of all these rich people. That's the way it was. We were in a spot of St. Louis County that was just, I mean, the old rich. I mean, they all had even back in the 60s, they had 3 to 6 car garages. They had indoor-outdoor swimming pools, tennis courts, all this stuff. And here we are in the middle of all that, and they have butlers and maids too. More than once I ate a sandwich made by a maid. It was crazy. But anyway, we lived in the middle of all that, and it was just a cool way to grow up. I forgot where I was going with that now. There was something in that comment made me think of that. I forgot it now. Let's see. David says he's already burned 10,000 calories today. He forgot that he had the pizza in the oven. Bob says, always enjoyed your videos, Jerry. Thanks. Well, thank you. Wavy Gravy, here's lyric you might work into your song. Grandma would kiss Grandpa if he said pretty please, even though he was ugly as sin and covered in fleas. That would have been a lot better line if I could have just read it. Sometimes I just can't read, man. I just stutter over every word. Other times I can get through most of it. I don't know what it is. It's been that way my whole life, and especially when I was a kid, I hated it. God, I just hated to read in front of anybody. Ronald Todd, my grandfather had a reel blade sharpening machine in his mower shop, and that's all it did. Yeah, okay. Now that you to bring up that real thing, that thing got burned up in that, and that's what I was starting to tell you. We lived in the middle of all those rich people, and I can't remember which one it was for sure. I think it was Mr. Andrews, but I'm not really sure. Just gave my dad the money and says, here, you can rebuild your business, and then whenever you can pay me back. It was just that simple. It just gave him the money, and he went out and got his new equipment and kept his business going. Otherwise, we'd have been out of business. I mean, we'd have been dead in the water, But the cool thing about the living with all those rich kids, is I got to swim in all their indoor-outdoor swimming pools, and they loved our horses, so they would come over and ride the horses, So it was a good trade-off, Let's see. Zacharek, were the trucks and mowers insured? Well, I don't remember the details on that. I would imagine they were, but then again, I don't, it's one of those deals where they were pretty sure it was arson, and I don't think the insurance company covered it or something. I don't remember now, but I was just a kid at the time. I was maybe 10, 12 years old at the most, so I don't remember too many of the details. But I do know that one of those rich people gave Dad the money to get it started again. David Tharp, my Siamese twin brother asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I said a chainsaw and a first aid kit. Yeah, there you go. I just watched a video, maybe this morning, I guess it was, about 4 in the morning, of Grindhard Plumbing. Do you guys know who he is? But anyway, they test a lot of junk stuff every once in a while. You know, they'll just buy something off of Temu just to test it out. They bought 3 chainsaws off of Temu, and the cheapest one, it was a 50cc saw, and the whole thing cost $60, including shipping. And he ended up really liking that saw. I thought, well, I might just get me one of those just because, you know, it's just handy to have an extra saw around when I'm cutting firewood. I mean, I could probably rebuild one of those saws that are up in the attic of that shed down there, but I don't know. It's just easier to buy another one. Time you spend all the money to, you know, fix them up, you just about bought one anyway. I guess that's it, guys. I don't see any more comments coming in, and that's about all I have for today. So hope you enjoyed it. Y'all take care. We will see you tomorrow with something else.